Hello guys and welcome to this new video. Today I'm going to do a full tutorial on how to use the Ultimate Member plugin for your WordPress website. So if you want to create these registration forms and login to get your users going through your content, private content or restriction content on your website, this is your tutorial. So follow me. Hey guys, before to start this tutorial, I want to explain what's the Ultimate Member plugin for WordPress. It is a solution for creating a membership site. With this plugin, you can quickly set up your user profile, registration and login forms, and manage members' access to the content. It's perfect for building online communities or membership-based sites, offering both simplicity and flexibility. I'll let you with this tutorial. So here, first thing that we need to do, if you go through your backend in WordPress, right, and then we're going through plugins, add new, we are going to look for here in search, we're going for Ultimate Member plugin, right? And then you will see this Ultimate Member, which is user profiles, registrations, login, member directories, content restrictions, and membership plugin. So for me, it's one of the best plugins to do these kind of things like a membership or registration logins, right? So you need to install and then we're going to activate it. So you install it and active. When it's active and then you refresh your browser, you will see that now it appears this new section or this new function is called Ultimate Member, and I'm gonna go through now in a bit. So in here, dashboard, first option, it will display the users overview, which is the users, approve, all the situations about your users, and about the user cache. You want to clear your cache is in here. We're going through the settings section. In here in settings, it will be everything in order to set up the plugin. Pretty much everything, which is the general, access, emails, notifications, appearance, advanced, and system. We're gonna go through this in a bit, but that it will be the main function. Forms, you need to create these forms like a form registration and login form. It will be in this area. User roles. So here is where you have all the roles, and then you also can create ones, create different ones. You can put different rights in order to do different things or available to see different options on this website. And the member directory, so pretty much is how is the general options. It will display your member directory in here, right? We have all these functions. We are going to go back to settings because I think is the main goal in here to set this up in this tutorial. Okay, so first thing, as you can see here at the top, is say you need to create several pages. You can go to your page and section and create a new page for each of these requirements, but you can just click here and it will create that for you, which is good. And once it's created, you will see that it will be assigned to each of these page that is required. Right, so here user is done, login, register members, logout, accounts, and password reset. Okay, so as you can see here, it will say that you need to add the shortcode for login, register, and members. So I'm just gonna get that in a bit because that's the form which is in the form section. So what we need to do is create the forms, and it will give you a shortcode that you need to go through this page, all those page, and then add the shortcode. Okay, so I'm just gonna save that. Don't forget to save. I'm going to go through users. Here in users, right, you got the general user settings that it will display the default role. So what's the default role? It will be on settings. You can see here that what's your user default role. So you can just go here and select which one. By default is subscriber. So let's gonna leave it like it is. Go back, and in this area, I'm not gonna go through everything in a deep, but you can just go and read, and here most of the times they will tell you what it is each section or each function, right? So we're going through password here. If you want to create a require strong password, is in this place in here that you can, force your user to create the strong password. That is also a good feature. And then that for me is one important things here about index profile by search engine. Okay, so what is that? Is because this profile page, um, I wouldn't say no. It will say yes to hide the profile page. So because you don't want your users to display in Google, so the profile, right? Because if they are in a, I don't know what sites you want to do for this membership or this plugin to use, but I wouldn't index the profile page just for security and privacy, basically. So I'm just gonna keep as yes for me as an advice. You guys can do wherever you want. I'm just gonna save this and go for the next one, which is the account. Here in the account, you will see the main account tabs. So what I normally do for this, because I've been using that for a while, I'll let this as it is a default. If you're gonna go and change something, it's because it's a requirement for you, so you can probably figure it out what probably it is, if it's an account or users, right? But here is all these privacy tabs, change password tab. So this is in relation to the account for your user, right? Upload, so it will be more in relation to how you manage the upload options. So profile photos, if you allow them to add these profile photos, cover photos, so here you have all these settings. I'm just going to save that and go back. Now we're going to go to access. As I said before, in here, if you want to create as a membership page or a web portal that the whole website is site accessible to only logged in users, so you just need to select this option, and then you redirect that to the page if it's login or registration. But let's go into put the site is accessible for everyone or to everyone. um and that's it, right? So we got restricted access post title, and then here you can access you can add a message. That's it. So we're just gonna leave that as it is and go back here. So that's the email notification section, and this is important because that is where we're going to notify the members about different situations of this plugin, right? So for instance, we can send them an account welcome email, and you can manage the email content as soon as you click manage in here. Make sure that this is enabled. Either way, I'm just going to go back here. If it's enabled, it will be a green check. If it's not, it will be a red cross. I'm just going to go back to the account and welcome email, and here you can customize the email contact, which is pretty good, right? And then they have here the action to click, and then they will go back to the page to the login section. Okay, so we're going to save that. And as you can see here, all of these emails here, they're going to your member or your user, right? And those ones are going through the admin, which is anytime that any user is doing a registration, you will get an email for in that account. But you can set this up in here, email admin email address. It will be here. And yeah, that's it. So in here is the name of your site. Okay, so saying that, for instance, if a member, ultimate member, has this function, which is account activation email, that so for instance, if someone is doing the registration and you want to do the activation through an email, so the system send an email to the user, and then they have to do the confirmation through an email. So thank you for signing in, and then if they click that email or they click that button, right, the account, it will be active, which is a pretty cool feature. At the moment, I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to leave it like it is. Okay, so the appearance is more like how is the layout and how is this look for your different templates, profile photos, cover photos. It will be in this section. So we also have profile menu, registration form. So it will be most of these things in here. Login form, it will be the same thing. In advanced, look, I'll leave it like it is. So here is important, required fields asterisk. So let's gonna put show an asterisk for required fields. I'm just gonna save that, and I think pretty much we are all good. Most of these things I always leave it like it is for by default, so you don't need to worry about it. If you want to know something, you can leave a comments below, and I'm happy to help you, or I will give you some advice. So system information is all good, and we are good to go. So the site itself, perfect. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go run you through how you set this up in order to start with the forms, right? So first thing, we're gonna create these forms. We'll create the registration form. Okay, registration form, that's the title, and here we're gonna select the select form type. If it's a registration form, profile, or login, that in that case it's registration form. Okay, and then here they say customize this form. Let's gonna say yes, and we are going to see assign role to default, which is it will be subscriber, but you can select which one you want to select. I mean to choose for this kind of role. Okay. In order to complete that, so template is the template that we got. The maximum width is perfect. Fill icons, okay. The primary button, it will be register, and then the second one, we're gonna send them to login. Here, the privacy policy, which is something that we need to add. So here you just need to select the privacy policy page. In this case, I don't have it. I'm just gonna put this sample page just to select some page, but to put something. And then here it will be that is how it will display, show privacy policy, and then is a hyperlink. They click, and then they will take to this sample page, or in that case privacy page. I'm going, please confirm, that's the check. So the checkbox, it will be there. So let's go and start building this form, right? So first thing, add field. In here, it will be set up a new field that you can choose one of these boxes in relation to what you want, a text box or telephone number, text area drop down. This is up to you. I'm just gonna use the ones that probably we need. So which is first name. Here first name. One second. First name. What's happening? Great. Let me create this for now. Okay. I'm just gonna do it again. First name, as you can see here. Last name. Let's see more information that we want to create for this registration form. You can put an email address. You can also create, for instance, the date of birth, right? Let's gonna pick one more. It's going now for this section. So I will probably, okay, what's the username or email that you want to use as account, and then the password. This kind of the questions that you can put for your registration form. If you want to add more, you just go here, and then you add them according to your needs. Okay, there are like different one, checkbox, telephone, which is also good. You can put a telephone here, right? Let's go add a mobile phone, right? Phone number, for instance. So you can put it here for number, and this is the way to do. That's the meta key. So you probably need an underscore, phone number, and here the value, validate the length, and if it's required, you check here, is this field required? If you check yes, or if it's checked, it will be a must or required field. It's going to put this there, and that's it. So update, and now what we need to do, this is important, here shortcode, we get this shortcode, and now we are going to go and right click in here, page, all page. We are going to add the shortcode on the registration page. So what I normally do is just go here, register. We don't have this page. Okay, it's register page, and now edit, and we're gonna paste this shortcode in here, right? So if you update, which is save, I want to see how that display. So for now, we're gonna go here, and I recommend that this is because I'm an admin. I recommend to check that as an incognito, that you can open a new incognito page. And as you can see here, the register page, which is that one, right? This form, okay? As you can see here, first name, last name, email address, that's the registration. Date of birth, which is also includes this calendar here, username, password, and confirmation the password. So you also have this hyperlink, as I said, show privacy policy, and you can click here. So if you press register now, for the way that it is, we as an admin receive an email saying that someone get the registration. We need to approve them, and then they will be able to go through the login. What happened? Let's go into the login page. The login page is not ready yet because we need to go back and create this login form. So how are we gonna do that? We just go in here, update, which is the same thing, ultimate member forms, and we're gonna go through the add new. In this case, it's gonna be login form, and remember to select login forms. Okay, so here customize this form. Let's gonna say yes, and it's fine what it is. Default template for 50. Okay, login and registers if you don't have a register. After the registration, this is a cool feature here, right? Redirection after login. What we can do is send them to our profile URL. That's depending up to you, right? So I'll just leave that as a default because you can define this on these roles. So after the login, we're going through the role as a subscriber. I will show you later that you can put the actions after the login. Okay, so leave it like it is, and let's going to do the username and then also the password. Okay, so in here, if you want to add something cool that I like sometimes is the icon. You can go here and add the icon. I'll look for a user and then finish. So as you can see here, the title, label, all of that, it's always the same. Update, and that's it. So one more password, let's gonna choose that and then go here, and probably we can just put this lock. Okay, finish, and it's update. All right, so pretty much we have this login form ready to go. We just need to create this form. Remember, form is being created, and then get the shortcode. So let's go and copy this and then go back to all page in here and then look for the login page. Here in the login page, let's go and select that, edit, and copy that shortcode. So update, and then same thing, login. As you can see, already login, but what I'm going to do now is do the test as an incognito. What's incognito? Because probably you guys don't know what's incognito. Here at the top, incognito, it means that you are action as you don't use the cookies and your session is pretty much as a brand new, as a new user. So you go here as a new guest, or viewer, right? I recommend that if you're testing, just do this incognito. I'm just gonna go through the login page, or the login page, and here we have the login. Okay, so cool. Now we already have the login page. So what can probably do is you can create here a button for the login or for registration. Okay, so we need to go back to your Elementor or WordPress, and we are going to create a button here at the top for this login, and then they will be able to access to the login. What is this? What do you want to do registration? So what is useful? Imagine, okay, now I'm going to do an example. It's going to create a page that is that's a post. Actually, let's going back. It's a page. So new a page, it has like some content, like let's say membership content. Okay, something premium, something that you want to do behind the login. So okay, you see here now we have this option, say ultimate member content restriction. Now we want to restrict all this content. How are we gonna do that? Just check that. Who can access this post? Not everyone. Only people, only users that they are logged in. Who? Here we're gonna select which ones. As we select them as a subscriber, once they do the registration, okay, so we're gonna mark them as a subscriber. And here is what happens when user without access trying to view this post. You can put a message, or you can redirect them to where, to the login page. And the login page is also have the registration button, so that's also cool. So let's gonna use that. I'm gonna publish this, okay. And then how do you want to imagine you put that into a content or a blog or a section that you want to create this link to this membership content? Now what I'm going to do to be more clear, I'm gonna add this membership content into my menu. Okay, so I'm just gonna go here, menu, and now as you can see, it's a membership content. I'm just gonna add that into my menu. Okay, let's gonna put that here, save that as a menu. Okay, and now I'm going back to my website. Cool. So as you can see here is a membership content. Why I can access? Because I'm an admin can access. But what about if you are not an admin? So I'm just gonna go back here, access as an incognito, and you will see that now it says restricted content. It says that because it's restricted, because it's in the menu. Okay, but if you put that into a different section here, or as in a menu, as an hyperlink, a link, it shouldn't say restricted content, but here it says. So what happens if you click here? Okay, it takes you to the login page. And as you can see here, if you are not logged in, so you need to do the registration. Okay, so once you do the registration here, once you do the registration here, you complete all the forms, and now you will get, as an admin, you will get an email. Which email? In here I'll show you. The email, it will be let me go back here. You will get an email into your inbox with this format. So you're going back settings, email, and then see what email you will get. New user notification. So if you see here, say display has created, you can customize this. You can put, instead of the sign name, you can put your logo in here. You can put, change all of this, and then once it's done, save that. Okay, and then you will get that email. In order to approve, you will go here to the users. You can do the activation, as I said to you, how you're gonna activate that. I'll show you that in a bit. But in order to activate, you just need to go here in users. In this section, say users, and then just gonna mark the user that you have now, because I'm approved. But here in the status, it will be pending. I'm not gonna mark myself as a pending, but you just will see this pending review, which is put as a pending review, that one here. And then you just need to approve the membership and apply. And as soon as you apply, the member or the user, it will receive an email confirmation that they is now approved. And how you're gonna customize that? Exactly, you go here, ultimate member, you go to settings, you go to emails notifications, and here say account welcome email. It will be in here, right? Yeah, so that's it. So basically that's the thing. I'm not gonna send you an email to myself and do the demonstration, because you can do it in your own. Let me know if that works. If not, comment below and I'll be helping you. Okay, guys, if I'm going so quick or you don't know anything, you can just go back to the video and rewatch it, or stop and slowly do that. It will take time, I know that, because I did it a few times and it's not easy to set this up. I think I just went through all of that things. I'm just gonna go back here, user roles, right? I don't know when I miss anything. The user roles, as I was saying before, if we go in here, edit, right, you will see that now you have what's the role functions in here, the administrative permissions. So here is what this role can do. So can access to the subscriber, can access to the admin? Obviously no. So if you uncheck that, it is unchecked, but you can create another user that have access to the backend, and then you will check in here for setting admin. Okay, can edit another membership. So all these functions, it will be here. Consideration that this is the role. You can see all the functions, general permissions, can edit, yeah, that's fine, can delete this account. Okay, and here the point that I want to go is here, registration options. Okay, here is auto approve. We don't want to auto approve, we want to require an admin review. And here is important because if it's an auto approve, that means that someone can do the registration, and you will probably get a lot of spam if it's auto approve. You want somehow to make a restriction. Okay, so registration option, it could be a require email activation, which is the thing I said before. If you mark that and then you update this role, you will have to require this email activation. Don't forget, if you mark this, you go here in settings and then activate this account activation email. Otherwise, they are not going. As soon as they do registration, they are not going to receive this email activation. So therefore, they are not going to be approved. Okay, so let's go back here in user roles, and as you can see, okay, let me go back here, subscriber. It will be require admin review, so we just can put here, thank you for applying for your membership to our site, blah blah blah. Here's a good example that you can put as a custom message, or you can redirect them to a page that you have this information, say waiting, we are reviewing the information or the form, and then we'll get back to you as soon as possible, blah blah blah. Here's depending how do you want to do that. Here is the login options. Okay, so that is going back, as I was saying before, on the registration form, that you can for depending the role, you can create these actions to be taken after the login, and here you can select what you want them to do after doing the login. Okay, so you want them to send, for imagine that you have a web portal, which is a video that I'm going to do for this web portal, is show you how you can create a web portal for your WordPress. Let me know in the comments if you like to see that. I will be creating this web portal, which is pretty cool. Sometimes it can be pharmacies, it can be for I don't know, for many options to for websites that they have a backend in order for the users, right? Okay, so it will be this, and the logout. So when's the logout word you want them to send to the home page, or that's it. If you delete, so they delete the account, they will be to the home page. Okay, so that's it. So you just save that. Remember always to save and make sure that it's safe. And here it is. So the member directory, in here we're gonna add one and say member directory. What's the member directory? Is all the directory for you users, so they can just that. I don't know if it's really useful, depending what you want to use this plugin for. But in here, it will be displaying all the members, or yeah, so all the members according to the role, right? Here you can set this up. So for instance, who you want to put display, administrators, author, yeah. So it's depending how you want to do. Again, if you have questions, comments below, and I'll help you sorting this users cards. I'm just gonna show you how that displays, but before to do that, don't remember to get the shortcode. And now we are going to go through this member directory page. Okay, so going back, member directory, I think it's directory members, and here edit, copy, paste, and then save. So if it's saved, you will see that now if you go, it will display here as a directory. As I don't have, it's just myself, but here it will be all the members that it will display in there. Let me see, edit profile, which is just myself. As soon as you go more, right, it will be displaying, so you will have all the members in there. Okay, another page that we can probably see is the account page, which, let me go back, I'll show you how the account page, which is that's the password. Let me go quickly, I'll show you how the password reset, and then the user here. I want to see how the user is, and I think one more is account here. Okay, The account is important one because it's for each individual. So you got the account. So here is once the user is registered, they have all the information here, and then they can see what it is. Okay. Cool. That is for. Let me see what else we have. That's the account. I'm just gonna close this. What's the user? That's the password reset. That's an important one. So if they want to reset the password, and that's it pretty much. Let me complete this with button here at the top, which is I think pretty cool feature. So I'm just gonna go here, and then you can create another button. So button, okay, and then put it there. I'm just gonna copy. Remember, right click, copy, and here the style. And let me put. Yes, okay. And here you can add login. Okay. Now we're gonna add login. So if you search for login, it will be this page, and that's it. Okay. So if you update, I'm gonna go back here. You can even put icon. Let's gonna put an icon here as a user. Okay. So insert. Now we got this little icon in here. So is what I did is just went to icon and then icon library and select this one, user, and I want to see how that displays. Okay. You can adjust this, but I'm going to see that part as I said before. Yeah, okay. So this is an incognito. We got the restriction. So if I want to access, it will take you to the login. Now, if you click here, also it will take you to the login. And then if they want to do the registration, it will be in this form. Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you for watching until here. I hope this tutorial it helped you to build your membership website, or just to know at least how this plugin you can set this up. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe this video, and I'll see you in the next one.